Hey y'all, it's Lisa Chambiano, Executive Director at Stand Up Survivor. Listen, I haven't done a deeper look into domestic violence for a while. I'm back because there's a lot of content and information that I want to get out to you guys that is critically important. I have been doing this work. We are in our 10th year of Stand Up Survivor, which is just amazing. I'm super duper proud of that. But in the 10 years, I have so much that I want to share with you about what it looks like to be a survivor of domestic violence, what it looks like to be an advocate, what it looks like to be an executive of an organization, and the different tools in which that I've noticed that have really worked for survivors and others that may not have. So today I want to focus on really quickly understanding and recognizing the power that you have within yourself. Oftentimes we have given our power over to our abuser, the person who hurt us in the situation. They have had the power for so long that we struggle with recognizing that we have this power within ourselves. First of all, you had some type of power in the first place, and they saw that. Oftentimes abusers, those who mistreat you, are the ones who recognize the greatness inside of you, and they want to keep that down. They want to weigh it down. But what's important to recognize is they saw that light in you in the first place. So while they may have had the opportunity or taken advantage to a point where they have dimmed that light, it doesn't mean that that light is no longer there. That light still exists. You may need to relight it. You may need to ignite it. You may need to awaken it again, but it exists. And so I want to encourage you and empower you to recognize the voice inside of you, the strength inside of you, everything that is inside of you that can help and equip you to make the next decision. Now, what does that decision look like for you? It could look like leaving the relationship. It could look like dating again. It could be like deciding to move to a different state or another country, or deciding to start school back again, deciding to have a baby, deciding to start a new relationship, deciding to end a relationship, deciding to start a new career or a new job. There's a lot of different dynamics that go along with it. The most important part is recognizing that you have the autonomy, you have the power, you have the wherewithal, you have the strength, you have the voice to make that decision for yourself. Now, don't get me wrong. We really do need a support system. We need a sounding board sometimes. We need that spirit inside of us that tells us, yes, go this way. Yes, go that way. No, don't do this. No, don't do that. We may need a good friend. We may need a therapist. We may need a spiritual leader to help guide us. Whatever that is for you, recognize that you now have the power to make those decisions. What does that look like? How do you tap into that? So I'm going to give you a couple points today. You ready? All right. Number one, recognize that you do have the strength and the power to do it. I know you've been beat down for a long time. I know that you can't even recognize the sound of your own voice because you haven't heard it in so long. You still have it, right? And so I want to empower you to know that you still have it. One of the things, if you follow me for a long time, you know that I always like to say something, even if you do it in a whisper. So even if you begin to whisper to yourself, I'm strong, I'm beautiful, I'm intelligent, I'm capable, start as a whisper, but start, right? Second of all, realize that you may need help. You may need support. When I escaped with my children when they were 2 and 3, I had nowhere to go. I called my mother and thank God she said, yes, come home. Everyone doesn't have that opportunity that I did. I did have it. But you do need help. I knew that I needed help, and you may need help too. There's no pride in it. One thing about abuse is it strips you of all pride. It strips you of everything that you thought you were. And sometimes you have to start over. And it's important to recognize that that's okay. It's important to recognize that you may need to start from scratch. There's no shame in that. It's no shame in that. It can be humiliating. It may feel degrading. It may feel embarrassing, but it won't always feel like that. So if you can get yourself to a place where this feels like this right now, but I'm recognizing that it will not always feel like this, you may be able to find the strength to go ahead and move on. All right? Ask for the help that you need. Ask for the support that you need, and then utilize it. Don't just let it sit on a shelf. Maybe you need a coach, maybe there's different things that you can implement in your life, different resources and people that can help you along this journey. And third, I'm keeping it short. Don't turn back. Don't give up on you. Don't stop fighting for yourself. People ask me, how did I heal? How did I move forward? How did I get over it? All of the things. I will say, first of all, healing is an ongoing journey. It doesn't just stop. It doesn't just get to this point where like, oh, I've healed. I'm great. But I will say, I always used to say, like, it was like crawling on my hands and knees on glass. It was painful. It was excruciating. It was lonely. It was heartbreaking. It was so many different things. But I didn't stop. I didn't turn around. I didn't give up, because if I did, I wouldn't be here where I am today. I wouldn't be who I am today in the very essence and the core of who I am. My abuser had broken me down to the point where I just didn't even know who I was. And today you really can't tell me much about myself because I know who I am. I know who I am in God. I know who I am as a woman. I know who I am as a mother. And so all of the things that he had attempted to strip away from me, I came back better and stronger. Different for sure, but definitely better and stronger. So don't give up. Don't turn back. If they say they've changed, most of the time, statistically speaking, they haven't. They are still the same person they were when they were abusive. And you're not obligated in any way, shape, or form, married or not, to go back to the person that abused you. And I know that can be controversial, and that doesn't bother me. I don't really care. You're not required to stay in a relationship with someone that is mistreating you, abusing you, and all of those things. So anyway, I'll be touching on different topics because I'm back, right? And I wanted y'all to know that, I have things to share, and I think that are really important for you on this journey, and to recognize that you're not by yourself, and that you can do this thing. We recognize that it's hard. It's hard. No one's going to tell you it's not. It's lonely. No one's going to tell you that it's not. But what I'm going to tell you over and over again is that you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. All right. I'll see ya.